Good morning, everyone. We are continuing with cavity of neural tubes, that is ventricles. So today we will cover lateral ventricle. So this is your lateral ventricle. All of you should introduce the topic first. The introduction, you have to make the headings of the short note, just like when you are describing ventricle. What is ventricle? What is its parts? Which are the locations? Then boundaries will include walls, any content within, and then clinical anatomy. Before that, developmental portion. So in case of lateral ventricle, you will describe location, which parts of brains are related, horns, parts, and separate relations. In this short note, all four portions are described separately, that is anterior horn, body, posterior horn, and inferior horn. All these four portions are sectioned separately in the description. So you should mention this integrated view first, then you should describe all these four parts separately. Okay. So in case of anterior horn, there will be roof, floor, anterior and posterior boundary. Posterior boundary of anterior horn will become anterior boundary of posterior horn or body. Then posterior boundary of body will become superior boundary of posterior horn. Inferior boundary of posterior horn will become posterior boundary of inferior horn, like that. So you should move like this. And the section we are going to see is this coronal section of anterior horn. So if you cut your brain like this, then which are the structures you can see? Coronal section of the body. So naturally it will pass from the third ventricle also. So there is common diagram of third ventricle and body. Section is same, but description belong to both of these. Then in posterior horn, only this portion, and in inferior horn you will have structures of limbic system as well. Thalamus, hypothalamus, and its floor, everything will be available with inferior horn. So in neuro, your orientation is important rather than the content you are serving. Okay. This similar view, isolated view of ventricles, you can draw right and left. So this is anterior horn, posterior horn, body, and inferior horn. So this is superior view of both sided all ventricle cavities. Okay. This triangular area is known as collateral trigone. Junction of body, posterior horn, and inferior horn is called collateral trigone. So here all three lobes, we have four lobes in the cerebrum, right? Frontal, occipital, parietal, and temporal. So except parietal, all other three will be related. Here you will have frontal lobe, here temporal lobe, and here occipital lobe. So frontal lobe enclose anterior horn, temporal lobe enclose inferior horn, and occipital lobe enclose posterior horn of third ventricle on both sides, right and left. So you can draw section of one side or you can draw section of both sides depending upon your imagination and time in the exams. So let's start. So this is lateral ventricle, which is located in each hemisphere, right and left. Okay. It extends from the foramen of Monro to the cerebral aqueduct, just like third ventricle, but the boundaries are separate. So it has central part and 3 horns. So you have to describe total 4 sections. Okay. Central part or body, anterior horn, posterior horn, and inferior horn. So let's begin. Central part. Again, you have to cut at the body level, coronal section. That is same section of third ventricle. Which section? We have seen third ventricle in previous lecture. We will use the same section to understand properly. This one. So this is your third ventricle, and this cavity is anterior horn and body junction. So this is, suppose right and left anterior horn is over and they are communicating by this foramen of Monro to the third ventricle. So this same section you have here. Okay. Now you have to change the words as per your orientation. See, when you describe caudate nucleus, right? This is just example. You have to follow this everywhere. Write down caudate nucleus word first, then dash, and then behind you can name the part. So if it is anterior horn or frontal lobe, you can say it is body. If you go just behind, little bit backward, and if you cut third ventricle and central part or body, then you can use the word body. Okay. In the front you will use the word head of caudate nucleus. In the back you will use the word body of caudate nucleus. So this word will change. First you write down caudate nucleus, then in case of anterior horn you mention head, and in case of central part you will mention the word body. Same story here in fornix. In case of anterior horn you will describe this column of fornix, and in case of central part you will speak of body of fornix. Remember diagram of fornix? You must remember. So somewhere here you have your septum pellucidum and corpus callosum. Here you will have thalamus. So this is body of fornix and this is column. So in case of frontal lobe section or anterior side, you will mention fornix column. In case of central part of lateral ventricle, it is cut at this level, you will mention the word body of fornix. Okay. If you going on posterior horn, you can mention crus or fimbria, whatever you like. In case of inferior horn, you will mention pes hippocampi or amygdala. So this will be cut in the inferior horn section, right? So these are the structures in anterior horn: body, posterior horn, and inferior horn, right? So remember this. Now let's see the description. Roof. So this is description of body or central part. Don't forget, at this level we are there, okay? So roof is formed by under surface of corpus callosum. See, this is your corpus callosum, and somewhere here you have body of fornix, and this is cavity on both side. Okay, so this is central part. Roof is formed by corpus callosum, and floor will be formed by all other structures. Let's see structures in the floor. So somewhere here, this is your roof. Roof is formed by corpus callosum. और यहाँ पे नीचे these are the structures in the floor. From lateral to medial side you will mention everything. Okay, there are three headings: roof, floor, and medial wall. There is no lateral wall because these are continuous. So roof, floor, and medial wall, right? तो रूफ में एक ही वर्ड है corpus callosum. Medial wall, just this portion, that is septum pellucidum and body of fornix. So medial wall is over septum pellucidum and body of fornix. Roof is over corpus callosum. Simple word right first. Now list of things in the floor. From here, caudate nucleus, stria terminalis, and this blue color is thalamostriate vein. ये दोनों कपल है, हर जगह चलते हैं, stria terminalis and thalamostriate vein. Then this is choroid fissure. This line of invagination is called choroid fissure. Okay, and this is upper surface of thalamus, जिसके ऊपर हम ये सब डिस्क्राइब कर रहे हैं, ठीक है? सुपीरियर सरफेस ऑफ थैलेमस. सो उसके ऊपर भी एक छोटा सा स्ट्राया जाता था जिसका नाम ये स्ट्राया टर्मिनालिस, ठीक है, इन सुपीरियर सरफेस ऑफ थैलेमस. सी द डिस्क्रिप्शन: caudate nucleus, stria terminalis, thalamostriate vein, upper part of thalamus, choroid plexus. So these are the structures in the floor. Medial wall only two things, and lateral wall only one big corpus callosum in the roof. Okay, there is no lateral wall described. Again, roof, corpus callosum, medial wall. See, you have to imagine the diagram and you have to speak without diagram, right? And in the floor, from lateral to medial side, corpus callosum, caudate nucleus, stria terminalis, thalamostriate vein, upper surface of thalamus, and choroid fissure. You should mention choroid fissure. Okay. So choroid fissure is a line along which this plexus invaginate into ventricle. यह भी हमने देखा. It is a C-shaped slit. This particular slit, line of invagination of choroid plexus, you can say it is a type of recess of lateral ventricle. It is between this interventricular foramen and uncus of temporal lobe. Uncus is a part of limbic system in the lower part around hypothalamus. We have seen the ankas in the olfactory system, base of brain. So this choroid fissure you can describe in both central part and inferior horn. How exactly? Because it is invaginating. Let's see one of the 3D diagram. This is horizontal section. Understand carefully. This is horizontal section, and this is showing you all the parts of lateral ventricle. So this is whole complete lateral ventricle you can see, right? This is anterior horn, this is posterior horn, somewhere here inferior horn. So this whole cavity is covered by choroid plexus, right? So the choroid plexus invaginates into these horns via choroid fissure. So we will describe choroid fissure in two parts. जो बीच वाले दोनों पार्ट है, कौन से? सेंट्रल पार्ट एंड इंफीरियर हॉर्न. सी आवर सेक्शन passes from this is line. Okay, so this section will include central part and inferior horn. So in both of these you will find invagination of choroid fissure. So central part is over. Now we will see anterior horn. थोड़ा सा आगे जाने का. So in anterior horn you will find frontal lobe. See, these are all simple keywords. When you mention the horn you will mention the lobe. Central part we mention this temporal lobe. In inferior horn frontal lobe, anterior horn, and in central part you can mention parietal lobe. So frontal lobe in anterior horn, this is triangular cross section. So this is described in relation to corpus callosum. Which are the parts of corpus callosum? From the front to back: rostrum, genu, body and splenium, right? So rostrum, genu and body, these are the three parts of corpus callosum which you will describe in anterior horn. Somewhere here this is fibers of rostrum, then genu is cut, and this is body. Okay, so genu and body will be on upper part, rostrum will be in lower part. See, this is your corpus callosum. So downwards this is rostrum, this is genu, this is body of corpus callosum. So if you are describing this section, anterior horn in frontal lobe of cerebrum, if you are describing this section, then you are cutting rostrum, genu and body. So if you cut like this you will come across rostrum, genu and body of corpus callosum. तो यहाँ पे this is floor and this is roof. Again rostrum, floor, and genu and body, roof of anterior horn. So in anterior horn you will describe, first you write corpus callosum, then you name the parts. In the floor it is rostrum, and in the roof it is trunk or body. Roof, trunk and floor, rostrum. Then you don't forget caudate nucleus again. जैसे हमने यहाँ पे बोला था सेंट्रल पार्ट है तो बॉडी, और फ्रंटल लोब है या इंटीरियर हॉर्न है तो यहाँ पे हेड होगा. सो इट इज हेड ऑफ कॉर्डेट न्यूक्लियस. दिस इज सेक्शन ऑफ फ्रंटल लोब. इंटीरियर हॉर्न. रूफ इज अगेन कॉर्पस कैलोजम. फ्लोर में रोस्ट्रम और रूफ में चेनो एंड बॉडी, वट एवर यू राइट. And there is no lateral wall again. So this is medial wall and this is floor. Medial wall वही दो चीज़ें कंटिन्यू करो. कौन सी दो चीज़ें थी? सेप्टम पेलुसिडम एंड बॉडी ऑफ फॉर्निक्स यू कैन मेंशन हियर. और कॉलम ऑफ फॉर्निक्स इज बेटर वर्ड, राइट, बिकॉज हम थोड़ा सा आगे हैं. तो कॉलम ऑफ फॉर्निक्स एंड सेप्टम पेलुसिडम will form medial wall. And in the floor, this is head of caudate nucleus and your anterior commissure or rostrum. You will also have lamina terminalis. And this gap between caudate nucleus and thalamus, remember it is your corpus striatum and it is invaginated by internal capsule. So this is the standard diagram you should continue. And in corpus striatum you can mention specifically putamen. If you don't remember, just mention corpus striatum, a big broad word. Okay, यहाँ पे भी big broad word internal capsule. Don't mention the part. तो anterior horn, rostrum and genu, trunk of corpus callosum, rostrum of corpus callosum, and these two things septum pellucidum and column of fornix. फॉर्निक्स में यहाँ पे हमने कॉलम वर्ड यूज़ किया और यहाँ पे बॉडी ऑफ लेटरल वेंट्रिकल जो था उसमें हमने बॉडी ऑफ फॉर्निक्स वर्ड यूज़ किया था. यहाँ पे हमने कॉलम ऑफ फॉर्निक्स वर्ड यूज़ किया, जैसे हमने फॉर्निक्स के डायग्राम में पहले देखा था. Now posterior horn and inferior horn. So let's have some 3D orientation first. See carefully. This is vertical section or coronal and this is horizontal section. This is oblique section. In this you have three type of section. This is coronal, this is horizontal and this is oblique, right? So you have to learn posterior horn somewhere here. और ये थोड़ा सा नीचे है. inferior horn in temporal lobe, posterior horn in occipital lobe, inferior horn in temporal lobe. तो you will remember all limbic structures. ये पूरा जो C शेप का है, let's see fornix again. This is the main diagram. So these are the structures in inferior horn. These are the structures in posterior horn. So somewhere here you have septum pellucidum, somewhere here you have thalamus, here you have hypothalamus, pituitary and lamina terminalis, optic chiasma, everything. So here this expanded part which is foot like, the word foot is mentioned by pes hippocampi, is foot like extension of hippocampus, and these are the serrations or tooth that is known as dentate gyrus. So here you have dentate gyrus and here outside you have pes hippocampi. These are the parts of this hippocampus. Pes hippocampi laterally and medially there is dentate gyrus, and everything this will continue with fimbria and crus. Now you have to see these things in relation to basal nuclei as well. तो यहाँ पे हमने देखा दिस इज बॉडी ऑफ बॉडी ऑफ कॉर्डेट न्यूक्लियस, और ये जो दिख रहा है सेरेशंस, लेटरल साइड इट इज पेस हिपोकैम्पी एंड ऑन मीडियल साइड दिस इज dentate gyrus, right? This whole is known as hippocampus. Its lateral boundary this is pes hippocampi and medial boundary this is dentate gyrus, and they are continuing with fimbria, and here fimbria is cut. Fimbria से body क्रस ऑफ फोर्निक्स एंड बॉडी ऑफ फोर्निक्स ये कट हो गया है. सी दिस इज फोर्निक्स बॉडी, इट इज कट फ्रॉम हियर एंड हियर इट इज कंटिन्यूड. दिस इज कंटिन्यूअस फोर्निक्स, हियर इट इज कट. सिमिलरली both thalamus is intact, right? This corpora quadrigemina with pineal gland it is intact, and now we have to see these structures. This is called calcarine sulcus. This is sulcus in the medial surface of occipital lobe. You have learned sulci and gyri in the cerebral cortex. So this is your occipital lobe. Medial surface of occipital lobe contain calcarine sulcus. It is spread in the base of the occipital lobe as well as medial surface, base and medial surface. So it is like C-shaped or sickle-shaped sulcus. So its name is calcarine sulcus. ऐसे दो नाम है जो सी से शुरू होते हैं. एक्चुअली तीन नाम है, कैलोजल सल्कस, कोलेटरल सल्कस एंड कैलकेराइन सल्कस. अगेन कैलोजल, कैलकेराइन एंड कोलेटरल. कोलेटरल जो है दैट इज इन द इंफीरियर सरफेस फ्रॉम फ्रंटल टू ऑक्सीपिटल, बड़ा लंबा होता है कोलेटरल सल्कस, ठीक है. कैलोजल सल्कस होता है कॉर्पस कैलोजम के जस्ट ऊपर यहाँ पे, एंड कैलकेराइन सल्कस इज स्प्रेड इन द ऑक्सीपिटल लोब इन द विजुअल कॉर्टेक्स. So this calcarine sulcus invaginates, it will produce elevation. This is very tough to understand. ये डायग्राम में डायरेक्टली लिखा हुआ है, बट ये कैसे बनता है ये you should see here. Your calcarine sulcus invaginates inside and it is producing elevation in the posterior horn. This elevation is called calcar avis. Elevation produced by calcarine sulcus is called calcar avis. Calcar avis, you can see here. This is section of posterior horn, right? This is calcarine sulcus. It is invaginated and it is producing elevation that is known as calcar avis. Similar elevation here, it is called bulb of posterior horn. This bulb of posterior horn is produced by forceps major. What is forceps major? Fibers of corpus callosum in the occipital lobe. हमने दो वर्ड ऐसे देखे थे, forceps major and forceps minor, if you remember. अगर डायग्राम मिलता है तो हम देखते हैं वापस. I don't have. Okay, fine. So you can go through fibers of corpus callosum. Forceps major in the occipital lobe. Fibers of corpus callosum connecting right and left occipital lobe is known as forceps major. So this bundle of white fiber produce elevation in the posterior horn of lateral ventricle. This elevation is known as bulb of posterior horn. So this cavity of posterior horn has two elevation, calcarine sulcus producing calcarevis and forceps major producing bulb of posterior horn. Superolateral boundary is covered by another white matter that is known as tapetum, optic radiation and inferior longitudinal fasciculus. ये दोनों एक ही चीज है. Optic radiation fibers which are covering bulb of posterior horn, that is known as tapetum. Tapetum is a sheet of white matter fibers of optic radiation covering cavity of posterior horn, that is known as tapetum. दोनों जगह पे आएगा, posterior horn and ये inferior horn. दोनों horn को ऑप्टिक रेडिएशन के जो फाइबर कवर करते हैं, दैट इज नोन एज tapetum. Even in inferior horn you can see tapetum. This is, remember, retrolentiform part of internal capsule. Retrolentiform part is known as optic radiation and the fibers of optic radiation covering this cavity is known as tapetum. Tapetum का मतलब होता है चादर, चदर, शीट. ओके, सो इस पूरी सी कैविटी को इस शीट से हमने ढक दिया, यहाँ पे भी ढक दिया. एंड दिस inferior longitudinal fasciculus is a large bundle. It is long fiber connecting frontal and occipital lobe. ऐसे बहुत सारे fasciculus आपने नाम सुने हैं. वन इज कॉल्ड सुपीरियर लॉन्गिट्यूडिनल जो ऊपर चलता है. दिस इज इंफीरियर लॉन्गिट्यूडिनल जो नीचे चलता है. फिर एक होता है फ्रंटो टेम्पोरल जो टर्न करके जाता है फ्रंटल लोब से टेम्पोरल लोब में. ठीक है. एंड वन इज नोन एज आर्कुएट फेसिकुलस. सुपीरियर, इंफीरियर, आर्कुएट एंड वन इज नोन एज मीडियल फोर ब्रेन बंडल जो मीडियल सरफेस पे जाता है. These are the large masses of white matter connecting various lobes in cerebral lobes. Okay. Let's jump to inferior horn. तो ये दोनों चीज़ें हटा के हम कुछ और घुसाते हैं. यहाँ पे कैल्केराइन सल्कस था, तो इन्फीरियर हॉर्न में हमारे पास है कोलैटरल सल्कस. जैसे मैंने पहले बताया, कोलैटरल सल्कस इज अ लार्ज sulcus running from orbital surface to occipital surface. It is called collateral sulcus and this elevation is known as collateral eminence. यहाँ पे क्या था? कैल्केराइन सल्कस प्रोड्यूसिंग कैल्कारेविस. यहाँ पे कोलैटरल सल्कस प्रोड्यूसिंग कोलैटरल एमिनेंस. नाम डिफरेंट है, फंडा सेम है. यहाँ पे फॉर्सेप्स मेजर को हटा के हमने दो चीज़ें डाल दी, हिपोकैम्पस और उसका फिम्ब्रिया. हिपोकैम्पस की लेटरल साइड हमने देखा था पेस हिपोकैम्पी और यहाँ पे हमने देखा था डेंटेट गायरस. ठीक है. तो डेंटेट गायरस एंड पेस हिपोकैम्पी नाम आता है तो लिखो, वरना सिर्फ हिपोकैम्पस लिखो तो भी सही है. यहाँ पे भी सिर्फ फिम्ब्रिया या फॉर्निक्स लिखो, कोई भी चलेगा. सो दिस विल प्रोड्यूस एलिवेशन हियर, बट उसका कुछ नाम नहीं दिया. ठीक है. यहाँ पे इसको नाम दिया है कोलैटरल एमिनेंस. तो ये जो है, ये और ये जहाँ पे मिलते हैं, posterior horn and inferior horn, when they are meeting, that is trigone, collateral trigone. कहाँ देखा था हमने, यहाँ पे देखा था। पोस्टीरियर हॉर्न एंड इंफीरियर हॉर्न मीटिंग एट कोलेटरल ट्राइगोन, ठीक है। 3D में भी हमने देखा था। सो ये पोस्टीरियर हॉर्न और ये पूरा इंफीरियर हॉर्न। तो समवेयर हियर यू हैव कोलेटरल ट्राइगोन, ओके। कोलेटरल सल्कस से जो बनता है वो यहाँ पे भी दिखता है। दिस इज कैलकाराइन sulcus, दिस इज calcarevis. So this hole is your posterior horn, this hole is your inferior horn, और ये दोनों यहाँ पे मिले, देख रहे हो। दिस इज कंप्लीट ट्राइंगल, दिस ट्राइंगल इज कोलेटरल ट्राइगोन, राइट। So you can write the word collateral trigone here. ये वापस आ गया choroid fissure. This line of invagination of choroid plexus is known as choroid fissure. choroid plexus पहले हमने डेफिनेशन दिया था, रिमेंबर टर्मिनोलॉजीज। टेलाकोरोइडिया, एपेंडाइमा, choroid plexus. Telachoroidea is a pyometer. Ependyma is epithelium which is secretory, single layer epithelium. Secretory epithelium is called ependyma. Fold of pyometer is called terachoroidea. और इन दोनों में जब कैपिलरी घुस जाती है then that is known as capillary choroid plexus. So choroid plexus is a mixture of capillaries plus ependyma plus pyometer of meninges, that is known as telachoroidea. तो ये पूरा यहाँ से इन्वेजिनेट होता है। दिस स्लिट इज नोन एज choroid fissure. You can draw here also, पहले हमने देखा था। Same slit and fissure you can draw in this diagram also, it is true, right? और यहाँ पे रूफ में ऐसे लेयर में जो वाइट मैटर था वो यहाँ पे सिंगल लेयर में आ गया। तो एक तो अपना टेपेटम कंटिन्यू हुआ, दूसरा हमने उठाया टेल ऑफ कोडेट न्यूक्लियस। रिमेंबर इट इज इंफीरियर हॉर्न, सो इट इज टेल ऑफ कोडेट न्यूक्लियस, ठीक है। ये तो स्ट्राया टर्मिनालिस घूम के आया, थैलेमस को राउंड घूम के नीचे आया स्ट्राया टर्मिनालिस, ठीक है। तो यहाँ पे वो वेन हमको नहीं मिलेगी। सो दीज आर द स्ट्रक्चर्स रिलेटेड टू इंफीरियर हॉर्न, दीज आर द स्ट्रक्चर्स रिलेटेड टू पोस्टीरियर हॉर्न। If you have any question or doubt, you can ask. So this completes your lecture. Most of the things are covered. See description. Posterior horn. Posterior horn में हमने नाम दिया corpus callosum और उसका पिछवाड़ा that is splenium. Splenium जो पीछे है। फिर फ्लोर में हमने देखा बल्ब और कैलकारेविस, रूफ में हमने देखा ऑप्टिक रेडिएशन, ठीक है। इंफीरियर हॉर्न में हमने देखा रूफ में वो चार चीज़ें, स्ट्राया टर्मिनालिस, टेल ऑफ कोडेट न्यूक्लियस, एमिगडाला। लिखा नहीं है तो आप ड्रॉ नहीं किया है, याद आता है तो ड्रॉ कीजिए वरना चलेगा। फ्लोर दो चीज़ें, एलिवेशन और उसके स्ट्रक्चर के नाम। एलिवेशन बाय सल्कस एंड हिपोकैम्पस, ठीक है। सो दीज आर द स्ट्रक्चर्स इन इंफीरियर हॉर्न एंड पोस्टीरियर हॉर्न। यू शुड राइट, यू शुड सी एंड अंडरस्टैंड इन दिस 3D डायग्राम फर्स्ट। पहले तो ये ऐसा कुछ, ठीक है, इसके सभी स्ट्रक्चर यहाँ पे समझ लीजिए। देन यू शुड understand this section. यहाँ पे इंफीरियर हॉर्न, यहाँ पे पोस्टीरियर हॉर्न, और यहाँ पे जो चीज़ें हमने देखी दैट यू शुड ड्रॉ। कुछ चीज़ें यहाँ से उठाओ और उसको ड्रॉ करो। ठीक है, ड्राइंग में इसका पूरा सेक्शन है ऐसे, कोरोनल सेक्शन। So this completes your lecture. If you have any question, you can ask in the chat box. Thank you.